You'll be okay. Take it nice and slow.
Take your time, buddy.
So new.
Be sure to project.
Don't be timid.
I'm right here. I can hear you. It's cool.
Happy Miracle Optimism Year 2017. I'm trying to be hopeful. It's so good to be here for Tiffany's reading. She's one of my dear friends. And if she moves to New York, I'll miss her terribly, but it'll give me a great reason to go there and visit.
Hell yeah.
So I'll do that. Well, yep, we made it to 2017. Goodbye, 2016 negativity meme. So boring. So very boring. Overheard on 80 Suckett Avenue New Year's Eve. I can't talk to Larry during a Blazer game. He sits there with his beer like a drooling totem pole. Dear New Year's Eve friends, if it's too much to ask for you to remember who you have sex with tonight, please remember to use birth control so when you wake up next to the stranger who says, "Hey baby," you can say with confidence, "Thank God I'm not having yours." I told the lady at Nutcracker, "Your seat's in row S to the left, halfway down the aisle, on the left." She immediately and confusedly looked right and left, right and left. I lost it. I ran down to her. "Madam, this is the left I was taught in school, and this is halfway down. It's your left too."
She's doing is the Portland traffic.
Writing at night, I cling to the questions to which no answers come. Sometimes I hear the stars hum, usually while drunk with brain numb. She's asleep, snoring. She fears I'll leave her for a younger woman. I tell her I won't. I know there's a slug somewhere making its slow way across the radiant pavement in the rain, knowing the answers I don't. Love is wild hair in the snow with scant weeds to eat and bad eyesight. She stops snoring for now. Do I dare curl against that motor lest it rev again? I'd like to be a cactus or a lightning bolt. I want to feel what pure energy without a brain feels, or a stoic plant who doesn't need a drink or a smoke to think. When she snores too loud, I pat her on the ass a bit, softly at first, then more firmly. That usually works. When it doesn't, I go back to writing and hearing the stars hum. The 2017 newborns entered their incarnations remembering too much. That's the real problems, motherfuckers! Can't you see it? Hysterical people will not be part of the revolution. Alaskan bush people will. As she snores, dreaming of God's whatnots, I pry myself from that warm ass to write my new robot revelation. I whisper into her sleeping ear, "Hey baby, no negativity 2017, no nativity 2017, sweet naked only tivity 2017. When the robots learn to love, I'll tell them of love's malfunctions, how the scalding wince of pleasure so quickly turns to system failure. In the flicker of a lunar wink, love forgets and shits herself. I'll say, "Good luck, robots!" She barked with great ecumenical gusts from the pulpit in which she constituted her own swollen weather system, engulfing everyone. Brenda just made Trump sandwiches for lunch. White bread full of bologna with Russian dressing and a small pickle. Actually pretty yummy. Consider yourself unfriended, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. Also unfriended in 2016, sanity. I loved it when Uncle Trumpy said to Kanye, "I'll see you soon." How soon? I've always wanted to write about Kanye, and now I got a reason. Appoint him to a cabinet-level position now. Latest overheard on 80 Suckett Avenue, and it's so sad that a human being would say this. It's like these crooked Hillary crybabies need a therapy dog every time something goes wrong. We intervene to choose the sociopath we can use. Regards, Mother Russia. Meanwhile, the hummingbird orgy continues. Icepocalypse turns them on. Meanwhile, goddamn ice-pocalypse murdered the autumn flowers. The 10-year-old neighbor girl says, "Looks like someone needs a therapy dog," Putin says. Ice murdered the autumn flower, Brenda says. I whisper into her sleeping ear, "It's all about your mental health. Above your neck, you're not yourself." You could become one of those annoying wisdom poets, the 10-year-old neighbor girl says. Wisdom poets represent everything that disgusts me. I say, Basho, Rumi, Buddhism. She dreamed she was an ornament on a Christmas tree. She wasn't even shaped like a person, but she was shiny, almighty in her light. What is love? Brenda says. I know the answer if you do not ask, but if you ask, I do not know. The day awaits my revisions. It goes where I write it to go. I'm too old to make fun of Jesus or make a fuss in the gender war. Let's sit and watch sun color sky, sing, hold hands, help each other die. Today's suffering lit my way. I think I'll die eating the wrong thing as usual and not apologizing. There'll be a final poem about it, frantically scribbled like God's makeshift craters on the first and only draft moon. Coming soon, I'll shit my pants in public, probably on the bus on the way to Nutcracker with 2 cents to my gift and no time left. And now for an example of the garbage I used to trot out at the open mics in 2008. Science is wrong. When the sun spreads her legs, it gets cold. That's how winter's born. I trust intuition. It's fun going down the tubes. I like the sound of it, going down the tubes. Intimacy with sane beings is so over for me. I endure the indignities of mustard squirting. That's my job now, squirting mustard onto sandwiches. Thank you, poetry. Thank you, Joseph Campbell. Following my bliss has blossomed into a career in mental illness. Oh, I'm still fine, Mom, just going down the tubes again. The tubes are smooth, machine-made, slick, greased with tears. I'm too weak to climb up the tubes. I follow the gravity tube, the grave tube, going down the tubes tube. Ahead there is light. What is that light? Perhaps the cunt of the sun. It's cold. Yes, Mom, I've been meeting lots of girls, you know, the going down the tubes type. One of them said, your descent is fascinating to watch. Happiness is just a Betty Bye tale, isn't it, Mom? Just spread your legs and make more babies, babies, babies born into this pigsty universe. How can one possibly thrive here? My notebooks are confusing. They seem to indicate a former state of thriving. April 1, 2008, I wrote, still, waiting for Godot and all things not coming, but my cum glistens in the sun on the scales of Scylla. And fuck you, Charybdis, you're next. Revenge against the pigsty is mine. I transcend misery. Super poet, superman, super ego be damned. Nietzsche, you did not prophesy in vain. That doesn't sound like me at all, so I read on. Oh, here I am, October 6. What a bunch of horse shit. Misery reaps vengeance upon my vanity now. My annus mirabilis has expired. Winter plunges me deep in the stink of a new age. Father, why have you forsaken me? My ego shit has filled my cell and now I'm drowning in it. Once a proud raised fist, now a flaccid hand trembling in the death wind. I close my notebook. I accelerate down the tubes. God has a mustard bottle too. I remember squirts failure every place I piss. God damn the sun deceptive bitch, your tit could freeze my tongue. My path is a thinly whittled beam, greased with tears. I slip and fall, Razor blades receive my blood. Razor blades receive my blood. Street corner violin, my mother tears. I can't stay in Michigan, I'm a flower in prison. Rotting tooth howling its expletives at me, my wax-impacted ear howls back. Pain is commonplace, and so I'm told was my joy. I'm God's latest mistake, you say, a flower in prison. You are a most gloomy piece of ass, like fucking a head of rotting cabbage. My petals droop and die after a day of such intimacy. Grotesque shitstorm circus 21st century life. I'll go all gonzo poet tonight. Change the history myth bullshit I languish in. Insert myself as a slave on Ulysses' ship, rowing the boat for Ulysses, wax impacting everyone's ears. At the siren singing, music burns through. We burst our bindings. Orgy on deck, orangey on deck. Penises, vaginas everywhere. Where does the Mike G spray his seed first? Ulysses bends over for me. Losing our minds is beautiful, but soon we're beached in grief. Ulysses and me alone. I hold him close. I lick the blood from his ear. I tell him I love him. We are hapless, half-witted animals bound in heat. I eat Ulysses' kidneys, attain the strength for 1,000 odysseys. My ears, goddamn my ears. I wake in a queue of despair. McDonald's walk up window 2 a.m. after Tony's funeral. Robin needs McChickens, and I need her hot parentheses heat to make my brain less lonely. The queue is angry. Guess I've been muttering, I'm great, I'm truly great, over and over. What's so great about you, motherfucker? Fair question. Drunk in the mirror, I sometimes ask myself, what's so great about you, motherfucker? Bag of McChickens in hand, I face my adversaries. Call me Ulysses. Tell Telemachus I'm coming to liberate his smoking purple butthole from the pain of virginity. I'm on the greatness path. I'm on the greatness path. My friends, remember me for who I was. Please leave your porch light on. Leave me a beer and a smoke. With a swipe of my claw, I'll be off. I'll take my frustrated lust to the land of silence, soak my poems in the blood of silence. That light I see going down the tubes ain't no sun, it's the blank white rage of silence. I shall tarry there, I shall never have a home. Thanks.
Incomparable Mike G, thank you so much.